Today, we are in Omaha, Nebraska, in order to work with the #1 short game coach in the world, James Sieckmann. And we're gonna be talking about technique, how the greatest in the world do it. And we're gonna be doing tips and drills that's gonna help every one of you back home in order to become really good. So let's all get this scratch together. So let's go. Let's go, guys.
All right, Cheryl, do you have a timeline?
Yeah, I told all my other coaches about 5 years to get the scratch.
Okay. What are the biggest areas of need? And typically, if you're thinking wedges, there's 3 varieties. You got finesse shots around the green,
Yeah.
let's say inside 30, 40 yards. You have not only fairway, but weird lies in the rough and the slopes and different grasses. That's one topic.
Yeah.
The next would be greenside bunker shots. It's a different technique than any other technique in golf. It's unique. And then there would be like a flighted wedge where like my pitching wedge goes 120 and now all of a sudden I got 90 and I want to hit a little lower and take spin off. Do whatever. Where you are with those 3 categories would be helpful for me.
In the bunker, I've learned, how to get out. Am I doing a chip shot here?
Right. Well, that's a great question.
Yeah.
So how would you do if you can't make a full swing from 50 to 100?
I have a chance to do it. I haven't practiced that. I have my A wedge, which I know goes about 100. Pitching wedge that goes about 110, 120, maybe 130 if I hit it well. And then everything below, I'm using a 56.
Okay, well, we got to tighten that up because that would be a method and a thought process for somebody that's shooting, 90.
Yeah.
If you're going to be scratch, you got to say my pitching wedge goes 117.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
you got to have a number. It's about 100 is not good enough.
Yeah.
It is for a certain level, right? But if you're saying, no, I want to be scratched, then we got to dial it deeper.
For sure.
And be way more specific. All right. So we'll start with those 3 areas, what I call a finesse wedge. It's a 15-yard shot. You're going to carry it 10 yards. You got a fairway lie. You got to be able to hit different trajectory windows, like a low one, a normal one, and a high one in case you got to hit up over a bunker or get to stop.
Yeah. I haven't practiced a lot of that now.
Okay, well, that's we're starting from the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just do that. Let's start from the beginning. There's so much to learn, I've written a book on just that one topic. Like, okay, here's your stock technique. What is it? And then more than that, it's like, how do you train effectively?
Yeah.
All right. And then what happens when you get a different type of grass, a different lie, an upslope, a downslope? You got to adapt your base technique for all these little unique circumstances. And so that's what you're aspiring to be. If you're saying, okay, 5 years from now, I want to know what grass I'm playing, what I need to do differently with this lie versus that lie. And we got to just start the process. And we're not going to go, that might be A to Z, that's Z.
Yeah.
We got to obviously start with A.
Yeah.
You just got a baseline first. Okay. So that seems like a reasonable thing to do. We'll start with that. Okay.
Cool.
All right, so I'm just going to watch you hit a couple different shots, a couple then I'm just going to see, kind of know what you're doing, I guess.
Yeah, let's do it.
What club you got?
D6 degree.
Let's go to the left pin. When you visualize, do you just look at the pin or are you looking at a landing spot? What are you doing? Just verbalize it.
To the right, probably like 60%.
Like just past that ball?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we're done, and I'm going to ask you, like, okay, why did that ball go to the right? You're going to have the knowledge where you can answer.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
cool.
need to understand your misses. That's such an important part of being a good player. Okay. So no big deal. Grab you have a 60?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to hit a high shot over the bunker here.
Okay.
See if we can get it to stop. We're not just hitting with the most lofted club to get to high. We got to change the technique to get it to go higher and have more backspin.
Oh, too much.
Okay. And let me see one more. All right, no worries. So you're here. Bring that club with you. We're going to go in, look at the video, and kind of get a plan together.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah. How's it going? What's your name?
Grant.
Grant, nice to meet you, man. Yeah, thanks.
there you go. You're a star.
All the way from Nebraska. I love it.
There you go. You got to have people everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Come on, I guess. Rule number 1 is you got to define your foundational elements, okay? What am I going to do for the next 5 years? What am I going to get 1% better at?
Yeah.
It's got to be clear, understood, defined. We're just going to try and get 1% better at the same stuff every day. You're going to understand what your misses mean, so you're always point it back to a foundational piece.
Okay.
All right. Number 2, you've got to get value from the time you invest. So if you go out to, day after tomorrow, you're going to spend 30 minutes working on this.
Yeah.
You got to walk away better.
Yeah.
One common mistake, besides not knowing what you're doing, would be, I do know what I'm doing, but I'm going to spend the entire 30 minutes thinking about how to swing. Your technique might get better, but your brain's getting worse because thinking is forced to pull together. You don't think at all.
Yeah.
You want to have a picture of a thing, a ball flying, and you want to have a sensation internally on what makes it happen, and you just want to like see it and let it fly.
Yeah.
All right, but the physics was important. But for you, since you're new, we probably need more time just getting the basic foundations. And so we might be 10 minutes of your 30 just going through some checkpoints, some drills to make sure the mechanics are there. Okay? Now we got to work on shot making, landing spots, energy, how much break. That's shot making skill. That's we got to be distraction free. Can't be worried about your score. Can't be thinking about the people watching. You got to be locked in on the task, in the present. Okay. So if you do these three things and I'm any good and you work hard, we're going to be fine.
Perfect.
Okay. We got half of it right. Narrow open stance. Okay. Except you got your trail foot also turned in, which I think it makes it really difficult to know where the ball is positioned.
Okay.
On a stock shot, I want the ball more or less in the middle or just back of middle. All right. And I think another way to think of it would be like, how much shaft lean should we have on a stock shot? Maybe 5 or 6 would be much more like it.
Okay.
There.
Yeah.
So we're going to square your right foot. I'm going to take your right hand grip and get it a little bit more on top. And I want you to actually soften your arms.
Okay.
All right. You can see Tom's elbows are folded. And one of the things that'll do is level you out a little bit. The trajectory is going to be based on shaft lean and face angle. So with the shaft leaning, let's say 6 degrees forward and the face lining up with it, so it looks a little open, that might produce a fairly low, not crazy low, it's going to be higher than your other one, your old one. And if I had, let's say, 0 degrees of shaft lean, the face open, then I'm going to get a second trajectory that goes straight up in the air with a booker. That will be a normal, and this one will be a high. Right hand grip on top. I call that a finesse grip. I'm not going to change your full swing grip. That's just for chipping. Tiger used to change to putting grip when he chipped. I mean, everything's allowable. In the short game, we want to have a soft touch, height, spin, forgiveness from the club. The goals are completely different when you're at 100 yards. You want to compress the ball. You want to generate speed. You want to have forward shaft lean. You know, all right, with the face closed to the path there. Around the green, with the face open to the path. That relationship. You got it backwards. You're using a full swing technique, basically, hit this little chip with. Okay, which is why balls go low and they don't have any backspin. So you watch on TV, the balls go up and grab. You're just hitting, they just roll across. All right, which is why you don't use your pitch, because it goes too low. Okay. The club will return to the same angle you set it on at impact. It should, but at the front of the ball instead of the back. So I just created a second line. The club's returning to the same angle. At the front of the ball, and now its chest and arms are just kind of right around the corner together. And I'm going to call that releasing the club. The club at some point, the butt of the club's going to point like towards his belly button. You got yours too far forward. I don't mind the little wrist hand. The good news, it seems to be returning to about the same angle, maybe a little forward. But then it's just completely held off. Can you see the difference? I'm going to call this belly button finish. Is going to be a big thing for you. You're going to get the butt of the club kind of at some point pointing more to the belly button. So you both have the little open stance, but his foot is square. You want the club to go back straight, like the toes up in the air, and I'm going to call that coming back pretty straight. This is why your ball went to the right. So we're going to get the toe up in the air. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take an alignment stick, and I might take 2 water bottles and create just like a little channel. So to get you to understand the feeling of what the feeling is, just swing neutral instead in to out. Close face. Watch this. So his balls will pop up in the air and have more spin. Oh, forgiveness.
I see. I have that tendency when I'm in this stance to kind of get way more in than I should.
That's maybe a little bad for full swing, but it's really bad in short game. Square right foot, neutral path, toe up, retrace, club returns to the same angle. And another way to say that would be to release the club. At some point, points to your belly button, and I'm going to say end right off.
So I've heard a couple things and would love your take on that technique in regards to like that hinge and hold versus I think here it's hinge and then slight.
It's a load. Don't do it. Think logically. If I'm the distance between the club head and my left lead shoulder is 30 inches. and I'm coming into the ball and I'm holding that, what's the distance? Left.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
Because I got an angle. How am I going to hit the ball? I'm going to go down. You ever see people that have complete yips that can't get the ball in the green? They dip down.
Gotcha.
I mentioned earlier that the best players actually lift or go up. You don't need to think about lifting right now. You just need to up the plane, down the plane. All right. So,
Gotcha.
grab your lob wedge here.
Yeah.
Ball will go here. Handle forward. And then when you do that, the face of anything just goes all open. And now also I'm asking you to do is take your right hand and just put it a little more on top like putting grip.
Okay.
So it's weak, right? So it's essentially so we're being weak. If you look in the mirror and just swing back, this club will crawl right up the shaft line with the toe, if anything, a little up in the air. So that's perfect right there. So we go like through the bottles, toe up, retracing, and now you're returning to the same angle. Now the chest, there's your belly button and your chest is turning.
Okay.
So where's your weight?
Oh, left
On
foot.
your front foot.
Yep.
Because your chest moved that way, right?
Do you want me to start my weight on my front foot?
55% maybe?
Yeah.
See if you can get the club to crawl up that line. Look in the mirror as you do it. Go slow. Yeah, maybe a little something more. There you go.
Oh, I feel that. Okay.
Tracing, chest, belly button, right? Do it again. And this is where you were going before.
Yeah.
Got it in, right? Now, if you didn't have feedback, whether it's the mirror or these bottles, you can do it for hours and get worse because you just be doing it wrong. But with this down, you know 100% you're doing it right. Yeah, do it again. Watch in the mirror. Up the plane, toe up. Down the plane and support. Boom, weights on your front foot. So that's the technique. Now we just got to, now that's going to launch the ball up in the air, higher with more spin. Then we just got to figure out the feelings to get good at it. 5 years from now, you're still trying to do the same stuff. We're going to be just fine.
Perfect.
Square your right toe. So it's 90 degrees to the stick, right?
Yeah.
Hands ahead, 5 degrees. All right, through the channel. Retrace and support with your chest. Okay, now that only went 10 times higher.
Yeah.
If I measured it with my quad, it'd probably have triple the back spin.
Yeah.
If you watch TV, is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
If all your balls popped up in the air like that,
Yeah.
and you want to hit a lower shot,
Mm-hmm.
you got your pitching wedge sitting right there.
Mm-hmm.
Same technique with your pitching wedge would go half as high, right?
Yeah.
Bingo. There's two types of interactions. There's the club ball interaction, but there's also the club turf. How about the club turf interaction on those last two? It's like
Yeah. It feels like it's kind of bouncing.
sliding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bingo. All right. Now, what club is that?
60.
What's the 60 supposed to do?
Go higher.
Go straight up in the air. Now you got a chance over the bunker. We're not even trying to hit it high yet, are we?
Yeah.
All right. So, do you need a 60 to go to that pin?
Yeah, you do not.
Let's try pitching wedge with the swing half as big. With a pitching wedge, it just goes 1/5 as high and just rolls more.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make sense with this shot?
Yeah, yeah.
But you just can't do it with the old technique. There you go. Now you need to get data into your database.
Yeah.
Because in a minute, we got to figure out what club we're going to use, where we're going to land it. So my thought would be in your warm-up.
Mm-hmm.
Besides a mirror drill,
Yep.
drill A, you come out here and go drill B, get an alignment stick, a couple of water bottles to create a channel, and let's hit 3 solid shots with each club, and let's just kind of watch what they do.
Yeah.
So we'll go 3 with the pitching wedge, 3 with the 56, 3 with the 60,
Yeah.
and then we'll take all this stuff away, and you got to figure out what club.
Okay.
All right, so let's pretend like you just did your mirror, you're coming out. Good. Just watch it roll.
It takes a
So
lot.
clearly, if we were going to this other pin, we need a little less energy. You went through the channel,
Yeah.
but the ball missed a little to the left.
Yep.
It would be face, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So I need a.
So no.
No.
When you come back, it needs to be a little more this way instead of turned down.
Oh, I see. So I'm close.
You just close it down. All right.
Slightly.
The ball's too far forward. There you go. Better.
a little bit.
And I would say we need just a smidge more energy, but I loved it. We're just kind of gaining experience right now, and then we'll do the 56, okay?
Okay.
Loved it. Now, if you're playing in a tournament for me,
Go in.
and we're hitting that shot, I'd be going, hey, I like pitching wedge like a yard on.
Okay.
And hopefully you'd see that shot.
Yeah, that was
That
pretty
was
good.
All right. Switch to the 56.
Yeah.
And we just got to land it a little further out, correct?
Yep.
Up the plane like we're in the mirror. Up the plane with the toe a little up in the air. Just pause. All right, a little more up in the air with the toe. Yep. All right, one more time.
Oh, sheesh.
Now, when you hit a bad shot, really what I want is I want you to be curious.
Yeah.
I want you to think like, that's interesting. I wonder what thing on my list. I was trying to do all 4 things.
Yeah.
I wonder what I didn't do there. Was the path okay? Well, maybe, because we missed the balls. But maybe instead of allowing the club angles to come back out, maybe you did the hinge and hole. Remember, I told you it's a tough time getting the club to the ground unless you dip if you got an angle in there, right?
Yeah.
I would double down on that.
And so in that regard,
return to the same angle.
so it's kind of here, this.
Let it return.
And you know how you said there's a slight release?
You do this, that's a skull in my mind.
Yeah.
So it's got to go up, angles come back out, belly button, it's on your front. The club should be passing just a little bit more. Now, here's what I'm telling you. That's a scratch level shot.
That's pretty good.
Contact, the control, the spin, the trajectory, the club turf interaction, and you got 5 years to master it. Now, the reality is it's not going to take that long if you're smart about how you go about your business. Okay?
Yeah.
If you come out here and just try, you'll revert back to old patterns. If you come out here and do your warm up with this old down and you did your mirror work first, you'll get it in a month. You'll have it.
Yeah.
All right, that's 1. We said 3 good shots with each club, right?
Yeah.
That had to feel amazing.
That feels pretty good.
All right, come on, you got this. Square the toe, soft right hand grip, hands ahead, through the channel, support it. Loved it. It's just softer than you're used to.
Yeah.
It stops quicker than you're used to.
Now it's kind of just like block practice here.
Just block practicing, exactly right. Square your toe, right hand on top.
Oh man. So I keep going back. And I think I went like this.
Very good. Well, then give me a practice swing where you do the opposite of that. Yeah, let the club go. As long as the club returns to the same angle you started on, and the low point's in front. A scoop would be if you don't support with your chest. That's what I'm saying. I said in the opposite. The left arm and the chest just go right along together. I can release this club all I want as long as I'm supporting with that.
Okay.
I love that. All right, now, clearly we wouldn't use lob wedge for that.
Yeah.
let's do one where it looks like it should be a lob wedge, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
Yep, right toe is that handle more forward. I want the handle to point you're going. There you go. Yeah, maybe a whisper inside, but within the tolerance, I'd say.
Oh, I see.
What's a 60 supposed to do? It's supposed to come out soft. It's supposed to have backspin.
Yeah.
That's what you want when you're short-sided. So when it comes out really soft like that, that's a good thing.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get one more face on where you get that same contact, okay?
Yeah.
There you go. Go take a look at that. Take a little break, okay?
Okay.
The goal will be, I've watched the videos, I've read the words, I understand. There's a connection there, I understand.
Yeah.
First part was the technique, the warm-up.
Yeah.
To make sure we got it right. The stick, the water bottles, and the mirror. That's called blocked practice. The scientists would say one after the other in a learning environment.
Yep.
Right. Being a new player, you need a lot of it.
Yeah, of course.
A tour player does a 5-ball warm-up. They've checked everything and they're moving on, right? So this is a requirement. It needs to be your warm-up, which means you start over every single time, every day. A lot of people think, well, I did it last week and I did it really well. I don't have to do it. And what I'm saying is, no, we do it every day.
Yeah.
And if you don't have time to go to the course, you do it in a mirror in your house. You don't go, oh, I'm a little behind, so I'm going to skip it. You got to like, if I'm going to skip anything, it's going to be the shots around the green. But this, you got to do your warm-up. Fair?
Yep.
Square foot, slightly open stance. Right hand's a little more on top. That looks amazing. This was supposed to be creating a plane, and it was close, but just a little inside. But better, right?
Yeah.
And then retracing, which you do beautifully, and then your chest turns. And now the weight flows into your front foot. Let's do this one. So this girl here, who won the British Open, IK Kim, one of my students. All right. This is IK. Now you know what we're going for. Now it's a little longer shot. She's got maybe a 25 yarder and you'd had like a 12 yarder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got a picture in your head? Up the plate. Forward. A little support with the release of the club.
So this is because it's farther that it could come up inside.
It was bigger because she needed a bigger swing to get that far.
Yeah, of course.
All right. And obviously it was obviously a little faster, right?
Yeah.
Here's one. Just giving you more breadth of knowledge. This is Ben Crane. A little open. Up the plane. Pulls. A little support of the chest. Where energy flows into the pin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Watch yours one more time. Now, I like it. Is it scratch level? Yeah, maybe not, but it's close.
Yeah.
And then the part that's not scratch level would honestly be the skill of choosing a club, figuring out where you're going to land it, repeating those things. So this was the before. You can see your foot's turned in and the club was in, really shut. Out. That was a mouse right even though the face was still. All right, so there's growth there.
Yeah.
That was the before. After. Less shaft lean, right? Oh, I got a picture of Charlie Hoffman here. Let's do that. Okay, this could be a little further forward, I think, for him. But the stance looks very similar. Up the plane. Not a ton of wrist. Falling. Returning to the same angle. From the ball. Turning. Up pointing a little more towards his belly button.
Mm-hmm.
Up the plane, falling, turning, slightly, but pretty good. Weights on your front foot. You got it?
Yeah, I think I just need definitely less tension with that.
Tension. We're doing good. All right, so this is the plan. You got to look through these notes. You got to look me dead in the eye, and you got to go, I understand exactly what my foundational pieces are. Now, my job is to get 1%, work hard and get 1% better at it.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, ready? Neutral path, which is through the channel, right?
Yep.
You're going to retrace the plane, and that's toe up, faces up into the path and rhythm. And let me just write in here, support with your chest. Now, I could write legs in there too. Your legs are moving, but it's like your legs respond to your chest, which responding to your arms. It's got to go up a chain, down a chain. All right.
So what do you mean by support with your chest, given like...
So this would not be support.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to do the exact same thing with my arms, but this time I'm going to support.
Yeah. Okay. And then I just walk.
I'm going to turn
while you're
right away. But no,
but it's not going with
you can't go out front.
Yeah.
It's got to go like your arms are, you stay right in front of your.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That makes sense.
All right. Now, that's rule number one. Rule number two is you got to get value from their training. So how are we going to train? Mirror drill. Those are days you don't have time to go to the course, or maybe it's before. Go outside, put your stick down, water bottle, and you hit your pitching wedge and you hit 3 good ones. And you do your 56 and you hit 3 good ones. And you do your 60 and you hit 3 good ones. And then later on, we'll take the 60 and hit 3 good high ones. And you would have essentially a 12 good ball warm-up. That would be your block practice. And then we're going to do a lap around the green where we work on our skill. We just go choose, feel, and figure it out. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And then the last part of this is we're going to win our way off. He's got the 8 degrees of shaft lean, the ball's just inside his back foot, face a little open, but not very much, right?
Mm-hmm.
What shot is he hitting?
Flop
High. Yeah. He's got left heel. He took the shaft lean out. Maybe he's got 1 degree. He's got that face sitting wide open. Now, the difference would be this one, it still is going to return to the same angle, except on this one on the right, you got to go ahead and throw the head of the club, and you got to keep the lead knee flexed. One doesn't look, even though he's kind of a wristy player, it's not quite as wristy as what this would look like. He's lowered his hands a little further away, ton of wrist, throwing that head of that club past the knee, and that ball's popping straight up in the air. The reality is you could probably be a 5 handicap or less just being good at this one over here. And so there's no hurry.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got time.
All right, we're going to start with our pitching wedge, and let's go to a different place, right? Let's go to that last pin. Fair?
The last pin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pitching wedge. face borderline a little too open, just a little.
This?
Yeah, keep the handle forward, just not quite that open. The face.
So it's going to be a little open though, right?
A little open.
Yeah. So here, or more, or less.
I'm saying handle a little more forward, and then the face not quite as much open.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right, let's do a few. Actually, we're going to do 3 good ones, right?
Yeah.
Good. Now my critique would be, I want up, down, supported, and that look up and just like turned a little early with your chest, okay?
Up.
Just start, want to take it back and stop? Relax turn. Start the club, and don't start your spinning your chest. You start the club and then turn your chest, okay? Up, down, retrace. Perfect. Now the contact was perfect. Pitching wedge is meant to go low and run.
I'm going to have it shorter.
So what would you do different?
Shorter backswing.
And slower.
And slower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last thing on your list was rhythm. So if it's short and slow here, it'd be kind of short and slow on that side too, right?
Yeah.
Hang in there.
Chunky. A little chunky.
I'm not going to count it, but that was the rhythm that I wanted. Okay. Hang in there.
And so when it's getting chunky because am I like shifting my weight to the right?
A ton of possibilities. You could be going down instead of it going up, right?
Yeah.
The inside. Yeah. And I would say it came out a little left and maybe is digging a little more than I like because it was just like a little toe down in the backswing.
Oh, I see. I'm basically going in like that.
way instead of
When I'm bringing it out, would I open it a little bit?
I want it to be about like that, and you're sometimes a little this way, which is why it's a little in. Lovely. It's supposed to be a low running shot. That's what pitching wedge does. All right, grab your 56.
And so at address, it is kind of square, a little more square than when I'm up here.
If you really want a real answer, and not dumb down.
Yeah.
That's extension. I got extension in my wrist. The handle's forward. The face has the toe has a little head start that way.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep what I have. I'm keeping the same amount of extension, but you're going. You're flattening it out in the backswing, which a lot of people do in their full swing, which is good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, keep the soft arms, keep what you have. It'd be there instead turn down. So is this the same?
Oh, it's this one.
So that would be correct because you started with it. If you turn it like that.
Oh, I see. I see now.
Change the angle from extension deflection, right?
Yeah.
Try not to overthink it. The reality is, I'm trying to keep it simple. It's a circle.
Yeah.
Good setup. It's up the plane toe up. Let it fall down. That's like perfect. Yeah. And you don't want to think, you want to feel. So when you do something that good, you just go like, ooh, the sensation was this.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, that's what the thing we should be writing down.
No, I think the technical explanation connected with me.
Okay, good. You might have an engineer's brain then.
Yeah, I'm an engineer.
Oh, there you go. If you're like an engineer, it makes sense.
Oh, a little chunky.
Count it. 2. If I was being picky, I'd say it wasn't great because you turn your chest a little early.
Mm-hmm. So turning it a little early causes...
I think it just causes you to not get the angles back out. If I, let's say I was going to turn my chest late and I'm going to start the club and I'm not moving my chest, the opposite would be like that, right?
Yeah.
And I just see a little bit of... So maybe just feeling like the club comes first and the chest comes around second.
Okay, got it.
3, perfect. I'm telling you, that's how, well, I coached over 100 tour players. That's at least how 100 have done it, okay? That looks great. Setup looks like you look like a tour player.
But it's, I feel like...
Yeah, I'm going to just say like that was just too much like hinge and hold. It's just you got this forward angle, too much at impact. I'll tell you what, let's experiment. What the opposite mistake would be to flip it, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and set up.
And feel that.
Well, I'm going to give you an image. All right, handle forward. You got a palm here, and you got a finger here. You're going to take it back. In your mind, you're going to try and hit the finger first. You're going to try and hit the finger before the palm, and you're going to turn your chest, okay?
Okay.
Ah.
You
want to know why hinge and hold doesn't work? The one before, okay?
Yeah.
That's Tom Pernice's key. He just he imagines the fingers at the bottom. He's trying to do this, but the reality is the feel. He doesn't actually do it. He actually kind of hits them both at the same time.
Yeah.
And he has to feel that, right? The next phase of your practice, you literally just throw balls everywhere.
Yeah.
We're going to do a lap around the green, and I'm going to ask you these questions in order.
Okay.
What club does it feel like? Can you see the trajectory it's going to produce? Where are you going to land it?
Okay.
And if you say, yes, 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 I got it, then you walk in and hit your shot. Now,
Let's do it.
I'm going to do one because I don't want you to make the same mistake that most people make, which is they get over it and they start thinking about all this crap that we just did.
Yeah.
The time to think about that is before you walk. I'm going all the way down. It feels like a pitching wedge. I see this kind of little lower running trajectory.
Yep, me too.
I got to go through my keys. Right foot, handle, finger, chest. And I got my landing spot. It's right there by that ball, maybe just short of it. I'm walking in. What am I looking at? The ball. What am I thinking about? The ball. Then I've already felt what I'm going to feel. And then I just chuck it. I didn't think about how to swing. You got a picture, trajectory, pitching wedge low, landing there. That's a picture. Here's my sensation that's going to produce it. And now I'm just going to walk in and do it.
Okay.
That's one where you got to grow your belief and your confidence.
Yeah.
You got to go, you know what? I got this. I can do this. It takes not only good technique, but it takes visual acuity. It takes commitment. It takes a certain sense of confidence. Like, I got this attitude, right? You got to grow that piece.
Cool.
And when we grow it is when we do a random practice. You got your 9 good shots every day. You got to get to 9.
Yeah.
It takes what it takes. And then you come over and you're changing each time. This time we're going all the way down, and I like pitching wedge. Get back and design your shot. You know where it's going to land?
That one?
Yeah, you got this window. It's a really low flight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably landing short of those balls, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. You don't get fairway lies all the time.
Yeah.
And let's just say we're going to have, I'm kind of dumbing this down a little bit, but let's say we're going to have 2 different types of lies in the rough.
Okay.
Ones that are going to come out normal and ones that are going to come out slow. Feel how much resistance I'm going to get? Oh, not much. And then I design my shot. I like 56, landing on top, and I got my window, and now I'm doing the same routine that I just have done. I just took a couple extra practice swings by the ball to get the feel.
Yep.
And I'm walking in, and I'm doing like that. All right, let's see you do that.
And so here, what I've kind of done in the past is go at a higher angle and coming down. Yeah.
So I just picture I'm going to splash this ball out. So I feel like I have maybe just a little more wrist and then a little more commitment to the release at the bottom.
Yeah. But you use a 56 here or a 60 though?
Either one.
Yeah.
You tell me, you're the athlete.
Kind of want to use a 60.
There you go.
Stronger.
Good. That looked amazing. All right, walking like the boss, stalk it like a tiger. Yeah, man.
Oh man.
So now listen,
One more.
that's not technique.
Yeah.
That's judgment. That's skill.
Yeah.
What club? How do I adapt? Where am I going to land it? That's a choice you got to make.
Yeah.
So when you're doing the second part, you had your 9-ball warm up. Now you're going to do a lap around the green, every type of conceivable shot that you could possibly hit. Just working on touch, feel, judgment, focus, running that little process. I have the process kind of written out in your notes I want to show you before we move to the next thing.
Yeah.
If we did 10 minutes of technique work, we're doing 20 minutes of this.
Okay.
All right, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to win your way off the green. Any game is fine. How about I give you a simple game to try and win, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3 pins and 3 balls. 2 of them are going to be from the fairway and one's going to be from the rough. You're going to chip these balls on the green and you got to get all 3 balls to 30 feet or less. When this game gets too easy to win, we'll move it to 15 feet and then you're probably scratched.
Let's do it.
All right?
Yeah.
All right, so let me get you 3 balls.
Oh, too much.
Sit down.
Sit down.
So that has nothing to do with technique. That's skill, right? That's a skill, figuring it out. There you go. So sit down. Sit down.
Oh, I hit that ridge.
I'm going to say that's 9 feet, okay?
Yeah.
Really great contact. 17 feet, so you're at 26 feet. Come on, a win is 4 feet or less. Get up there.
Go. That's like
We need a ruling.
That's like 6 feet.
I'm going to say 5.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm saying. Okay, let's say you just try to score a 31.
Yeah.
You hit all 3 of those balls dead solid.
Yeah.
And I'm saying scratch might be averaging 5 feet or less.
Yep.
Okay. Is it improved technique that gets you there or better judgment? It's better,
That one's
better judgment.
For sure, better
Yeah,
judgment.
and more being maybe more repeatable.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the guy that only works on technique, you're never working on judgment, you're never going to get there. You know, let's say you got a 10-yard carry. I mean, with the pitching wedge, it might be that big.
Yeah.
With the sand wedge, It might be like that. With
Yeah.
a lob wedge, you know, it's just a sense you got to get. And then you throw in the rough. What direction is the grass growing? If it's growing against you, you got to add in. If it's going with you, you don't.
Yeah.
If it's wet, it might catch more. If it's more dense, it might, you know, so there's just too much. So basically it's intrinsic. I got to walk into this ball. I got to put my club in here and just go, okay, how is this coming out? Okay. It's just, I can just tell it's coming out slow because it's thick and wet.
Yeah.
How much? I don't know. I've been playing for 53 years. I just know. It's just, you know, and that's what you have to develop.
Yeah.
You don't develop that in a pile, hitting the same shot over and over again. You develop that by crazy lies and just got, so you're doing a lap and trying every shot conceivable. And then you're going to do some amazing. You're going to mess up a few. It's the ones you mess up that you learn the most from. Let's finish it out in the bunker. You had this idea, like, I've never played golf. I'm going to scratch. I'm going to do it. And you're going to create a thing. Is this your first time you've done something like this, or you've done something else?
Like a YouTube channel?
Yeah, or like, you know, like you got this idea, I'm going to do something like climb Mount Everest and I'm going to film it and I'm going to, you know, this is the first go at it.
I have crazy ideas all the time and I always try to do them. This is the first time I'm videoing it. Yeah.
I see.
I'm a pretty extreme person.
Okay.
But
you get my age and you haven't done anything, you're making a mistake. You know, you're young. There's a short bunker shot, you want to use the 60. If it's a little longer one, you want to use the 56. Doesn't matter how high it is.
Okay.
Because the hard sand makes the ball fly out fast.
Yeah.
And then in soft conditions, it's the opposite. The ball comes out slow.
Yep.
All right, let's go this right pin.
Sure.
Sand conditions are perfect here at Shadow Ridge Country Club. There's a good outcome.
A little too much.
Outcome's better than I thought as far as the mechanics could really drastically improve, but I'm a little surprised the ball's coming out so nice, honestly. Well, if that's a good thing or a bad thing. First lesson, splash mark that you make in the sand, be pointing where you want the ball to go. Because you can see this is pointing over here to the left. You always want your splash mark about 20 degrees left to where you want the ball to land, okay?
Okay.
Now, you don't want to do it by aiming your feet to the left, however. You want to aim your feet pretty square.
Oh, okay.
At least parallel. On a scale from 1 to 10, as far as just the energy.
That was like a, 6, 7.
Yeah. So 6, 7, flew nice and high. It flew about 12 yards in the air, rolled about 2.
Yeah.
But that pin's out there like 22 yards. So we need 10 yards more of energy, but we just had perfect contact. How about we change clubs?
Oh, okay.
Why don't we try the same swing with the 56 and see what happens? At whatever normal, comfortable pace, kind of get a sense for how far the ball goes with each club.
Okay.
Because there's 3 ways to control distance, and one is choosing the club.
Okay.
The second will be how much you open the face, and the third would be how fast you throw.
Yeah.
And typically, if you go too fast, you kind of lose control.
Yeah.
And the contact gets more. So
okay.
You can keep the speeds the same, and I bet it just goes further. Just pretend like you got your lob wedge, make the same swing. All right, so that actually is true then.
Yeah.
If a stock shot with my 56 goes 12 yards, with my sandwich, it maybe goes 19 or 20.
I've actually never hit anything out of the sand besides my 60. So
Well, there you go. There's your opening, got to be open in new ways, right?
yeah. No, it's pretty cool.
Good. Now that's a perfect miss. Do you realize, even though maybe it doesn't look like the corporate photo, like what you see on the TV of like a tour player or whatever, technique-wise, you've hit it to 3 feet, 4 feet. We chose the wrong club and hit it perfect. You've hit it to 4 feet and like 7 feet.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say scratch level bunker play. In a full swing, let's say you got your driver. There's a good miss.
Yeah.
Let's call it a pull cut or a push draw. Oh my, I didn't mean to start over there and draws right back in the fairway.
Yeah.
What would a push slice be?
Right.
And that's not very good, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
The appropriate miss in the bunker is to hit a little too far behind the ball like you did on the last one. The ball doesn't fly as far and it rolls more. What's the net? It's right by the pin.
Yeah.
What happened if you hit ball first?
It's gonna...
It's a 3-shot penalty. Could be.
Yeah.
Right? So we want to slap the sand just like we did. You want to splash mark 20 degrees to the left. And we want to line up parallel to it, right? We're just building a foundational list.
Sure.
And then we want to pull out the appropriate club.
Yeah.
Can I do one?
Yep.
So the only thing I see, but you're hitting them so good. I hate this. Rule number 1 as a coach is don't make them worse. You know?
Yeah.
So you gotta be a little careful sometimes.
I rarely do this, so maybe it's like an outlier.
You're doing so good. So typically, you might sit a little bit and you're lining up parallel. There's a little flex in that knee, and you want to keep the flex in the knee so And if you got 55% of the weight on the kind of a flex left knee, let's just kind of keep it.
Okay.
Better. I hit a little behind it, but still, there are plenty of 5 handicaps can't do what you're doing, which is you've hit nothing but good shots or acceptable ones. So if I want to go that one,
Yeah.
maybe I would do the lob wedge, but not with the face quite as open. So you might have 3 face positions. You might have like wide open, like normal, and then like a little square. Not square, but square, right? Mm-hmm. That one was wide open. This one may be normal.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it again.
Oh,
where's the weight?
I keep falling back a little bit.
Take your toes and just turn them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Allow your left knee to flex a little bit over your shoe.
Okay.
And then increase the flex and hold your finish.
Okay.
Keep the flex, increase. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So listen, if this is a horrible shot, it's my fault. I don't care where it goes. The only goal is not to hit it close, it's to see what your finish position looks like, right?
Yeah.
Move the ball slightly more forward in your stance. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Kind of fell over there.
Not bad.
A little balance more.
Not bad at all. Now, that was a good outcome. And also, that actually looked like good technique.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it like you had the flex, you hinge, like you rehinge.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to keep this because you're going to have a ton of information going through your brain.
Sure.
And sometimes the simpler, the better. As a coach, you're always weighing the simplicity versus the reward. I mean, how much am I going to change versus the reward? All right. Keep the flex on the knee all the way through. Good. So, Jerome, I want you to be thinking of your club selection, not in terms of height, but in terms of distance.
Okay.
That lob wedge, when you hit it perfectly, carry it with a normal face position, carried like 12 yards, and it's had plenty of stopping power. If you turn the face a little bit more open, there's more loft. The club goes under the ball. It doesn't matter if the face is open. It comes out a little shorter, all right? The 56 foot, 20 yards. You're going to line up parallel to where you want to go. Typically shoulder width stance, and most good players turn their toes up for lower body stability. You don't want to be spinning your hips. All right, so we turn our toes out a little bit. Mostly put like 55 or 60% into kind of a flexed left knee, which we keep. And then you're going to turn and hinge. Turn and hinge. You do beautifully. And then the legs are pretty quiet. The club comes down. We're trying to keep the flex in the knee and rehinge.
I see.
And you were falling back. And so clearly her weight's on her flexed left knee. And that's all we tried to do on this last one. Keep the flex down and rehinge. And you hit just a smidge behind that, but it was also the perfect miss. And it went like 7 feet from the pin. This splash mark that you created, even though I lined up parallel, it gets thrown left of the pin. The splash mark. Let's do that again. If I'm going, let's say she's probably playing a little bit of break. She's probably trying to land this ball right about here. Okay. Hinge. Throw that club. The club face is open and left.
Oh, okay.
And that creates a splash mark that is pointing right over there. If your splash mark is right in line with your target, people that do that alternate between 8, 10, and 10, 10, 10. So line up parallel.
Yeah.
Hinge, keep the flexibility, and throw that face open and over there to the left and rehinge it.
Or rehinge it.
Which you did.
Yeah.
You did it.
I didn't even think about that.
Well, that's one reason why I was like, I shouldn't tell you things that you're already doing amazing, because I don't want it. You rehinge beautifully.
Oh, God.
All right, but the problem is you didn't have a clear understanding of what created distance. You're falling back sometimes on your trail foot.
Yep.
So we're just going to write that down. And I'm going to write it down as a simple training plan. And I said it's 1/3 as important as your finesse. It's probably 1/3 as important as your distance wedge. It's probably 1/10 as important as your full swing. It's probably 1/10 as important as putting. So we're going to have to put a lot of energy in these other areas. So you don't want to keep this as simple as you can and get these, like I said, if you had 10 of them, 5 of them close, and the other 5 on the green somewhere. Okay.
She's choking. Was she choking down on her? Does that matter?
Individual.
Like, it's like so.
Yeah, it's individual.
Oh, okay. So I don't know.
No, if I was trying to hit a super short shot, I would choke down.
Okay. That makes sense.
the more important picture in your brain is the toes out and the flex of the knee.
Yeah, that's a tendency I have sometimes with balance.
So we're going to keep the flex in the knee, and you're going to take it back to hinge, right? You have a nice big backswing. And then you're going to keep the flex, club's going down, and you're going to rehinge. And you're going to release the face open. So it's not like a full swing where I'm turning that down. I'm releasing the face open, and it's coming around to the left.
I see.
When you practice, what I would do is I would draw a line in the sand so you can make sure that you're parallel. And I probably hit 3 good shots with each of those clubs, the 56 and the 60. All right.
But
so here's what I'm selling. Like, oh, I'm starting with my 60, which means I have a short pin, right?
yeah.
Here's my line to the target. I'm going to line up parallel, and then I'll hit my shot and check my splash. Yep. These flexed hinge, turn hinge. And I'm telling you, that's a rock star good shot. Now, let's quantify the speed. On a scale from 1 to 10, this hinge and rehinge was like a 7.
Yeah, for sure.
Need to be a 6.
Yeah.
You keep it super simple. Come check your splash mark. Make sure it's oriented a little to the left.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It is, right? If it's not, that's a problem. So you still have your line. That's 1 good shot. Let's be a 6 this time instead. Toes out sitting, little flex of the knee. Ball's got to be a little more forward. Rock star miss. You got to feel like a 1 foot club out of the bunker.
Yeah.
Now, maybe behind, because it could be oriented a little too straight. I think it could be a little bit more to the left. Wouldn't you agree?
This splash.
Yeah,
yes.
Grab the club. Could be just thrown a little more over that way.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm throwing it a little more over
A
here.
little too straight. Maybe.
Yeah, I got it.
If you do it and the ball pops up in the air with more spin, then we'll know we did it correctly. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, way higher, more backspin. So that's more face up and going this way. Now check that splash mark. You'll see it's going 20 degrees more to the left.
Okay,
All right,
then
so that's your 3rd good shot.
yeah, actually,
That's why you don't aim left.
yeah.
All right, grab your sandwich. Same process. There you go. Line up parallel. Go through your checks, ball position. Love that. That flew 20 yards. Roll another 5. So give that a speed score.
That was an 8.
Splash was perfect though, right?
Yeah.
Now we're going to play random. Okay, we got 4 balls to do.
Okay.
And we're going to have a process. And the process is you're going to judge your lie. Then you're going to pick the club in the face position, like really open or little. And then you're going to look at the target and feel the speed, just like we did over there.
Okay.
And we're going to try and get the athlete's mindset. I bet Steph Curry's worked on his jumper 1,000 hours.
Easy.
Get the point. Think he plays that way?
No.
He chucks it.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
We're going to work hard. We're going to get it right, but we're going to play golf this other way.
Yeah.
All right. Short one.
Do you like modifying the speed more, or do you like modifying the top of the backswing more? Like,
I know. I want a nice hinge with everything. I like modifying the speed and the face.
okay.
All right. Don't be afraid. Great shot.
Yeah.
You like 4 feet?
Yeah. That's
And I'm telling you, that's scratch level. Hard to believe. All right. We're not going to go to this first one. We're going to go to this far one. There's 1 ball sitting by.
Yeah, 56.
56. What face position? Really open or just kind of normal?
I think normal.
I think so. And then I don't think it's swinging real fast. Maybe about 5 or 6.
Yeah, less than that one over there that I had an 8 on.
Well, external focus is target focus.
So like this.
It's like this. Open and left. It's not. This is correct, and that's more like a full swing.
Look at that.
All right, there you go.
Yep. Oh, little.
Great miss. You hit too far behind. It didn't go quite as far, but it's 12 feet, right?
Yeah, I fell back on my right a little
bit.
bit.
And I was just like I was trying to share with. Don't get mad. Be curious. Like, I wonder what I could have. Oh, I could have kept the flex of my left knee and rehinged more. All right. You got a problem. We're going right over there. That's a hard shot. I like 56
Open.
with an open face and more
Less
speed.
than- Okay.
All right. This is like, you don't want to be here, shot. Yeah, man. So good. Now,
It's pretty good.
you can't stop the ball. But that was,
Yeah.
you hit a little lollipop with the 60 here, and then you had a long parry with the 56 way over there. What shot can't you hit? Right? I
Yeah.
haven't worked on buried or anything, but that's all you need. the rookie mistake is people look at that and go, oh, I need a 60 because I need to get it up or whatever. It's like, no, 56 with good technique is plenty high, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that was great.
All right, good.
Awesome, man.
All right.